So if a therapist is accepting Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal from a patient to pay for a TENS unit, bands, whatever from Amazon, why are they even on Luna's platform? Why not just charge the patient directly? Well, I don't understand it.
All right, so we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Where are we starting?
We're going to start with the Luna thing. I think it's like a popular post this week, and I don't understand it. I mean, maybe Tony, because I don't take Medicare.
Yeah.
I thought so. So the post is Luna is now charging $7.50 per visit for all their patients. So it doesn't matter if they have Medicare, Medicare Advantage, commercial insurance, or I'm assuming also the self-pay patients. I thought we couldn't do this. I don't take Medicare. Tony, how is this legal or possible?
So who's Ashley? Like it says Ashley's post at the top. Do we know who that is?
It was a screenshot, whoever posted it in, I think on Cage Clinician.
It was there. It was in my Medicare billing group also. This was my response, and I'll share it here. So I don't think we have enough context behind the scenes to know what's really happening. Yes, it is illegal if you're a Medicare contractor to charge a Medicare beneficiary anything above, what Medicare allows for Medicare covered service. You cannot require them to pay. I can't require them to pay a travel fee. I can't require them to pay a concierge fee. I can't require them to buy equipment or to join a membership. If I agree to contract with Medicare, I agree to accept what Medicare allows for covered services, period. There was a big thing like this years ago about Athletico. They had marketing where they talked about a free assessment, but then the disclosure that nobody saw was it excluded federal plans, some state plans. So I'm going to take this in 3 directions. There we go, 3 directions. 1, they have disclosures somewhere that we're not seeing that say they do not require Medicare beneficiaries to pay this fee.
Optional.
2, we've seen it before. Like these companies, they put things out there that might not be legal, might not be compliant, and they find out later. 3, look at Uber. Like if Uber would have followed the law, would have gotten a medallion, would have done all this stuff from outdated laws, Uber would have never existed. So the fact is, none of the 3 of us have deep enough pockets to challenge out-of-date legislation, but maybe Luna does. Maybe they're doing something here and they're saying, well, hey, we're not a physical therapy provider. We're a technology platform. Maybe they're saying, we're not doing this for physical therapy covered services. We're doing this because, if you're going to use the app, if you're not going to use the app and you call in or whatever, I don't know. I'm just saying we don't have enough information. And I don't honestly see, even when you look at those little things, I don't necessarily see anything that says Medicare beneficiaries will be required to pay that in order to receive services. There's a lot of kind of confusion within. It says like commercial insurance plans, but then it says Medicare. I just don't think we have the full story. So bottom line, talk to the lawyers, talk to the experts. That's not me, but there have been no changes to Medicare law. You cannot require a Medicare beneficiary to pay and above what Medicare allows for Medicare covered services. You can offer extra payment for non-covered services. You can't require it for covered services.
Well, I mean, the way it's laid out, it looks like it's for every single patient of Luna. So potentially you're saying that if you are a Medicare beneficiary who's using Luna, if you push back on this a little bit, then they're probably going to waive it. But 100%. If you're a Medicare beneficiary and you have your card on file with Luna and you don't push back on it, then they're going to charge your card, your payment card on file, your credit card, debit card, whatever, going to charge you $7.50 per visit for every visit, regardless of whether you have Medicare or whatever. That's what I know. We're going to jump to conclusions. I agree. Like we probably don't have all the information, but we're jumping to conclusions the same way that the actual physical therapists who are independent contractors for Luna are saying in real time this week, online in these Facebook groups. And I know we could talk more about it, but there's some therapists that have Luna. They're a 1099, an independent contractor for Luna, and they've been commenting. I don't know if it was in your group or in the Uncaged Clinician group. They're commenting that this could, or this already has, resulted in some patients not booking through Luna because of an extra $7.50 per visit. Can you just guess which direction I would go and which sentiment I would have on that based off of that statement or those statements?
Jimmy?
My guess is it wouldn't have been 750. You would have raised it more, right? I mean, if you're going to do it, if you're going to rob something, rob a bank, right? I mean, if you're covering your costs, if you're really going to double down on this, double down. Like less than a tenner doesn't feel like it's enough. Like what's the point of this?
Even in that post, they said Luna was raising rates from 125 to 135. I'm like, why even bother? Like,
Right.
Go to 150, go to 180, go to something reasonable that's going to make a sizable difference.
Well, because of Luna being so widespread across the country, they do benefit even raising it a few shekels per visit. Even, I mean, 125 to 135 for anyone that's self-pay across the country with Luna, the therapists don't really benefit per visit because it might be an extra couple dollars, or maybe Luna may or may not even pass that over to the therapist, or the therapist doesn't get that money unless they hit some productivity bonus or, some quota or, milestone or goal or whatever. So Luna, this is just like Uber, like Tony said. Years ago, Uber started charging people like different fees. Like I remember I got a charge on my car. This was 5, 6, 7, something, maybe 8 years ago. And I got like a $2 charge from Uber on my card. And I probably didn't even contest it. I don't even remember but I was like $2. Like there was no ride that I did that was $2, right? So it was just like these platforms will, once they have enough saturation, and I'm not saying Luna is anywhere close to Uber, but they're pretty widespread and ubiquitous across the country. So this benefits Luna. It doesn't really benefit their therapist too much. But my sentiment around, if a platform like this raises the dollar amount, $7.50 per visit, and patients start to cancel, I want to say this nicely into the camera, the therapist, it's your fault. You're not demonstrating enough value that if someone has to pay an extra gallon of milk per visit for your visit, how valuable is it? How great are you? I mean, that's something I think you need to look in and work on and go to get CEUs and work on soft skills and all that. I mean, I saw therapists commenting that, oh, my patients are already starting to cancel or pause, or that's enough for them to cancel. It's like, I get it. Not everyone can afford it. If $7.50 for months and months and months over time, maybe it adds up for some folks. But for many, I mean, if that's enough for a patient to cancel, that's horrible for me to hear.
Well, especially too, let's keep in mind, we're talking Medicare beneficiaries in this particular sliver. So what we're generally saying is most are going to have no out-of-pocket expense. They've already covered their Medicare deductible. They have a supplemental plan in place that usually covers the full 20% coinsurance. So we hardly have any Medicare beneficiaries anymore. We used to be like 89% Medicare, traditional Medicare Part B. Now everybody's shifted over to a Medicare Advantage plan. That could be a different conversation. But point being, for the true Medicare Part B beneficiary, most of them, when they're coming, are paying zero out of pocket. They've already paid their insurance premiums, primary and secondary. So we're not saying they're paying $135 now plus the 7 and change for Medicare. We're saying they were paying zero, most likely, and they refused to pay an extra $7 and change. And
Which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Well,
Okay.
to Dave's point, I still think the majority of outpatient ortho, especially, they'll do it if it's free. They'll do it if it's not going to cost them any out of pocket. Once you put $1 in front of them, they didn't want it in the first place. They're doing it because their doctor told them to do it. So that takes us back to the original problem of, are we treating patients because they want to be treated, because they want what we have, because this is the solution? Or are we doing it because the doctor said you have to do it? And that's a marketing problem. That's a communication problem.
Brutal. Medicare Advantage plan, is supposed to paying similarly that you're seeing, Tony, per visit or more?
Most Medicare Advantage will pay similar or on par to traditional Medicare Part B. As a contracted provider with United Healthcare, their Medicare Advantage plans do not pay. They pay about 50% of what Medicare Part B pays. The Advantage plans are not required to match Medicare Part B rates.
And
None of them roll.
and that's the advantage for the insurance companies.
But that being said, a beneficiary who switches to a Medicare Advantage plan saves a crap ton of money. They get a crap ton more coverage. Yes, a lot of them have limits. Yes, a lot of them have copays, but you're not paying a supplemental insurance premium, which could be $300 to $500 a month. You get vision, you get dental. Some of the Advantage plans have fitness memberships tied to them. Some of them cover other services. My mother-in-law gets like $75 a month or something for her electric bill because she's on a Medicare Advantage plan. Like, nobody wants to talk about the perks, but there are massive advantages. If you're not traveling the country and you're not, dealing with complicated medical conditions, man, in a heartbeat, if I was Medicare age, I would be on a Medicare Advantage plan. I'd be putting all of the extra money I save into some sort of an account that is interest bearing so that when I need it, I can access it. But I would not be paying for Medicare Part B.
All right, what else with this? We'll follow it. We'll follow. Maybe we'll circle back later because everyone's saying, some of the folks are saying, oh, well, maybe it's, we got to, like you said, we got to wait and see. And, therapists are commenting, oh, we're going to follow this. We're going to watch and see. And we'll, I don't know, like, it's going to benefit the platform. It benefits the platform of Luna. They raised a ton of money. They need to get some money back in the bank for investors. This is most likely the reason why they're doing this. It's, and also it can secondarily increase the compensation a little bit for therapists. I like the move though, because I'll tell you what, these patients, they don't understand how we're getting squeezed. And we meaning all therapists, all owners across the country, they don't understand how we're getting squeezed with the payment side of things. And yeah, I also agree though, Tony, we always come back to that of like, if patients have a problem going from $0 to $7.50 per visit extra out of pocket, and they don't want to do it now, that is also a huge problem. That's the fault of the whole system and country in some ways. I think like people not investing in their health and wellness, also not valuing the therapy, the therapist in a busy clinic, not valuing the person that's there. And, because there's so many patients, it's hard to deliver one-on-one care, or basically impossible in most or many in-network clinics, not all, but many. Anyway, we could kind of go around and around on this.
Jimmy, what's on your mind?
I'm just curious where this is going to go. Like, if it feels like this,
they're going to keep raising it over time. They're going to just keep raising it.
So that's what I mean.
$9, and it'll be 10 and 12 and 15, and they'll just keep raising it over time. Once they start, it's a good idea. It probably could have started with $5 or I don't know, less, but right. They'll just keep raising it, right, Tony? I mean, they're just going to raise it over time. What else, or Jimmy? What else are they going to do? They're going to raise it over time to try to keep up with
I think they're going to raise it over time. I was shocked at 750 because it feels like not a big enough needle move. Like if you're going to piss people off, if you're going to risk whatever this is the juice worth a squeeze? If you're going to rob a bank, rob a really big bank, because you go to jail if you rob a small bank or a big bank. You might as well take a shot at.
No, but they want to keep a lot of their patients, so they don't want it to. They don't want to jump it. They don't want to do $25 a visit or $50 a visit or whatever. They want to do it in a way that's like almost under the radar, which is under $10 is kind of under the radar in my opinion.
Boil the lobster.
So let's keep going on this topic. I was listening to, I can't remember which one. It's one of the big YouTube channels, and they were talking about Walmart. And I remember decades ago looking at Walmart stock price, and they had a great dividend, and it was like $55 a share, and it just been flat forever. And I didn't pay attention to Walmart for like 15, 20 years. And then this video came out and they were saying Walmart stock went crazy, went super high. I can't understand it. They're treating Walmart like a tech company, not a, retail. And do you guys have any idea what one of the major profit drivers, not revenue driver for Walmart is still groceries, which blows my mind. Do you guys know what one of the major profit drivers for Walmart is right now?
Is it a SKU or it's a part of the business?
Part of the business.
Tires?
No. Think more category. Like, okay, Amazon. Let's go to Amazon. What's Amazon like top
AWS.
3 profit drivers?
Amazon Web Services.
Amazon Web Services, Amazon Prime membership, and ads. Ads on the platform. Ads on the platform. Same thing for Walmart. You look at Walmart's profit drivers right now, membership, ads, I think they call it Walmart Connect. And then
they have a membership. Walmart has a membership on the customer side.
They have a membership just like Prime. You get free shipping, like all the same stuff. That came out a couple of years ago. But like nobody would look at Walmart and think, oh, these guys make a crap ton of money from online ads, pay-per-click ads, online ads. But that's one of their major profit drivers. So now, full circle, you come back to a company like Luna and you're like, well, wait a minute, this is a technology company. These guys have access to unreasonable amounts of information, highly personal information, better information than probably Kroger and Walmart and Amazon and everybody else. Why would they waste time with a $7 fee when they could monetize that in ads and access and memberships and product sales and all of this other stuff? I remember talking to a couple of the reps from Luna and I'm like, hey, what's your policy on product sales? And they were like, well, we don't really have one. I'm like, so if I was a therapist working for Luna and I want to sell a $100 pedal exerciser to my patient who had a total knee replacement, I could sell it. And they were like, yeah, you can sell it. You keep the profit, whatever you want to do.
Oh, no policy whatsoever. Not like not a procedure, a policy like, sure, go for it. Wow.
Yeah, there was no governing regulation on that through their company. So I was like, again, from 2 perspectives, if I was a Luna therapist, I'd be selling products to every single client, every single visit. You need this lotion, you need this cream, you need this CBD oil, okay, go ahead, Dave, bring it out.
Okay. If you are a therapist with Luna and you are selling, what did you say? Bands and lotions and potions or whatever, whatever. You could do it. How would you do it? How would you fulfill it? You would either do the Amazon drop shipping where you could just send it, but they need to pay you. The patient needs to pay the therapist, which would mean they usually would need a credit card processor or like a PayPal, right? Or Zelle or Venmo if you want to go like informal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if, let's say you didn't even want to set up a credit card processor. So if a therapist is accepting Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal from a patient to pay for a TENS unit, bands, whatever from Amazon, why are they even on Luna's platform? Why not just charge the patient directly? Well, I don't understand it.
I would say Luna gets that. Okay, there's 2 reasons. Luna gets them the client. So they don't have the marketing, they don't have the promotion, they don't have the Amazon and Facebook and Google ads, all that stuff. 2, the real reason, what nobody talks about. That's why you come to PT Breakfast Club, because we bring you perspectives that nobody talks about. I get a Medicare beneficiary out in the clinic right now. I am on the hook financially for the next 7 to 10 years. Federal false claims, I have to keep documentation for 10 years. I sneeze in the wrong direction, I'm screwed, I lose the money, there's nothing that protects me. I go work for Luna, I join the Luna platform, they assume all of the financial risks. They get audited, they lose the money. I already got paid. Luna pays you the day of service. If I'm treating a Medicare beneficiary, I don't get paid for 2 weeks, right? Like there are a million benefits. Therapists are so short-sighted, they can't see past the $75, pay that Luna gives you. There are a million benefits that make it way more profitable.
And thank you for falling into my trap. Now I'm coming over the top. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. I'm going with the Hulkinator. I'm coming over the top on you. That therapist on the Luna platform, Tony, this is also never gets talked about, and we've never discussed it. This is a fresh take. This is a live take right now. The therapist, Tony, pays Luna by giving up, 30, 40, whatever % of the revenue. They pay to get rid of the risk. I agree with you that they don't take the full risk, but they pay. I know, and also in your group, and Uncaged Clinician and Learn Medicare Billing Group, the therapists that are saying, I'm moving my private practice patients to the Luna platform, they're giving away 30-40% of their income,
Yes.
and they're paying Luna to take on the risk. I agree, but they're giving up. They don't have to have the risk for the next 7 or whatever years, 10 years, whatever, with documentation and risk and auditing and all that. Yes, I agree. But they are paying for that opportunity. They're giving away 30, 40, whatever percent of their income because of Luna being the biller and the technology and the chart and the documentation and the medical record hub and all that. So that's also something that we've never talked about. I do love your take of that. Luna is accepting the risk. I also cannot believe the therapists have private patients and bring them onto Luna. I mean, that just blows my mind. Crazy.
I would do it today. Dave, you must have watched my video from like 6 years ago.
Of course. I've watched them all. Which one?
I don't remember. But I said, yeah, I would pay Luna the 30%, 40%. So let's just use some round numbers. We say an average Medicare follow-up is about $95. The evaluation visit's higher. You average over the plan of care about $100 a visit. It's a safe estimate. If Luna's paying me $75 as a contractor for Luna, I am gladly paying them $25 a visit to accept all of the financial risk and liability of Medicare audits, compliance, legal team, all of that garbage. They have an amazing EMR system from what I've heard. It's a voice activated. You call them, you talk to them. I think it even prompts you and asks you questions about the visit. You give it the information over the phone. Documentation is done. They handle the billing, primary billing, secondary billing. They handle all of it. They handle patient acquisition. They handle follow-ups. They handle RCM, right? Revenue cycle management.
They handle follow-ups how? What do you mean? With scheduling? What do you mean?
Like if there's a visit that gets denied or rejected or you need authorization, any of that kind of stuff on the billing side. I pay more than $25 a visit to handle all of that stuff right now. Wow. And I still have the risk of doing something wrong. If I can give that up for $25, heck yeah.
Hold on. Across annualized per year of all your visits, of all your patient visits, 25% of every single visit is your overhead plus the risk and everything else that you're talking about, or what? Or just the risk side?
Easily. No, easily. It's everything as a cost. So if you break down for every, dollar I make, 25 cents of that dollar goes out to paying admin time, services, EMR, monthly fees, all of that kind of stuff. I would make more money moving everything over. Now, the second benefit to Luna, though, and this is not a Luna commercial. I have zero connection to Luna.
I've never been on Luna. But I agree. We're not affiliated. I talk bad about them. Go ahead.
You could do it with one client. You could do it with 100 clients. You could do it with some clients. You could do it with no clients. So if you have a hybrid practice and you're like, I want to take some insurance clients and I want cash, but I don't want to put my cash clients on Luna, you don't have to. Like, you would just keep those clients. You're an independent contractor. So you are really sending the worst of the worst to Luna to manage the worst of the elements of what we do for a $25 fee. It's an incredible bargain.
I disagree.
Okay. But I don't. So you should say, well, Tony, why don't you do that right now? Luna's in the Ohio area.
Right. Why don't you?
I don't, because I make bad decisions.
Could you have patients come to your brick and mortar clinic that are from Luna and Luna handles all the billing, or no? And they have to be mobile?
They have, to my understanding, they have like contracts with brick and mortar clinics that, yes, you don't have to be mobile. If I could do enough volume or I had the right connections, I'm pretty sure that I could work with Luna as a brick and mortar clinic. Don't hold me to that. I'm not guaranteeing that, but I'm pretty sure that I could work out a relationship with them. It doesn't have to be mobile. But I don't want to give up control right? Why am I still out there treating patients and not outsourcing and hiring therapists? I make bad decisions. I make decisions every day that cost me money. I do that because this is still more of a lifestyle choice. It's more of a personal decision. If I was pure business, I wouldn't make half the decisions I make. That's the reality of it.
Hey, it's Dave Kittle. Are you a healthcare business owner or physical therapy practice owner who is looking to figure out your succession plan or exit strategy? We might be able to help. And in fact, we may be interested in acquiring your practice. If you're interested, you can reach out to me. Shoot me an email at dave@conciergepainrelief.com. That's DAVE@CONCIERGE painrelief.com, or you can call me at any time, 646-781-8884.